EMT markers. So they will see reduction in E-cadherin and increase in vimentin. So it's also explained there, bronchial epithelial cells lose ECAD and start expressing vimentin following co-culture with eosinophils. Okay, so once they have established this, only then they can look at the effects of THGA. Is that clear?
I'm a bit like confused now.
Miss kenapa? Why?
Maybe because I'm not sure like what is the function of it, but it's okay for that.
Of the apa? It's okay. I understand it's difficult. So I'm trying to help out here. So which part do you need me to repeat?
uh, can we repeat again like just now regarding the morphology part and also the other?
Okay, so basically this whole study, yes, the disease or condition that they are interested in is airway remodeling in asthma. So one of the mechanism that contributes to airway remodeling is epithelial mesenchymal transition, which is EMT. Okay, so they are interested in EMT and they want to use a cell culture model to study EMT, right? Okay, so the cell culture model that they choose here is eosinophil induced BS2B. Okay, because BS2B is an epithelial cells, bronchial epithelial cells. So, and they are studying airway remodeling. So it's the right cell type to choose lah. Okay, so BS2B cells will only undergo EMT after it is induced with something. Okay, and in this case, they are using the EOL1 or eosinophil cell line to induce the EMT in BS2B cells. Okay, so how do they know that eosinophil have induced EMT? Okay, so they check the morphology because EMT is indicated by the morphological change from cobblestone to spindle fibroblast-like morphology in the BS2B cells. So BS2B cells without the induction, they have cobblestone shape. After they are induced with the eosinophils, they undergo EMT and they gain the spindle fibroblast-like morphology. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So at the same time, they also undergo changes in EMT markers expression. In this case, they look at the E-cadherin, which is supposed to go down if the cells undergo EMT, and also vimentin, which is supposed to go up if they undergo EMT. Okay. Okay. So now, because I asked you, okay, first you have to identify the cell line which you have, right? Okay, so you have identified BS2B cells. Okay, and you have also identified the disease or condition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want you to identify the cell culture model. So are you able to identify the cell culture model or not? Huh. Are other members also listening?
Is it 3D?
Okay. No. Okay. So I think it's a bit confusing kot. I know in your apa? In your lecture, I also highlighted in my briefing that in your lecture, the cell culture model is divided into 4, right? Actually, it's not cell culture model, it's tissue culture model. Okay, in the textbooks, the 4 things actually refer to the tissue culture model. So the practical title is cell culture model, so that's why it's a bit different lah what I'm trying to teach you. Okay, because apa, if you look at the 4 different categories of the tissue culture model, it's different, and then I ask you to narrow down, right? So the most common one is the apa, explant culture and also the cell culture, kan? So now we are narrowing it down into the cell culture model, cell culture, types of cell culture. So types of cell culture, like I said in my briefing, is very broad. So it's very subjective. Okay. So in this practical, I wanted to expose you to different types of cell culture models. Okay, so the models will vary according to the objective of the research, like what disease you want to look at, what condition you want to look at. So this is what I'm trying to give you examples, but I want you to identify it yourself. But I'm helping you now lah, because I realize that it's quite difficult. So is it clear now? So it's not 3D. So the model here would be eosinophil induced BS2B lah. Make sense tak?
Model is the same as the culture, is it?
Sorry?
Model is the same as the culture, is it?
Yes, so model means it's a setup, an experimental design that is that is perfect to address the objective. Okay, so in this case they want to study EMT, right? So they have to they need a model that is good enough to assess EMT lah. So for example, if you just use BS2B cells alone without induction, or you use the wrong inducer, so it's not able to address your objective. Okay, so the model here, they show that when the BS2B cells is induced with eosinophils, you get EMT. So the model can be used to address their research objective, which is EMT, to study the effects of THGA on EMT. Okay tak? Okay. Kesiannya. Sorry lah, I think I need to nanti for next batch I need to really use a better term code. I think maybe term dia maybe tak berapa spesifik kot, the one that I use. Okay. Tapi Tam okay tak? Ada members okay tak? Kalau Tam tak faham pun like others, do you understand, and maybe you can help Tam to understand further?
Doctor,
Yes.
can you repeat back the cell culture model name? Like
the cell culture model name, it would be eosinophil induced BS2B cells.
eosinophil
Induced BS2B cells.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Model, okay. So, okay ke? So experiment tu, right? Like I said, to keep it simple, EMT can be indicated by the morphological change or the alteration in the markers, right? So look at yang ada figure 1A, that sentence yang ada figure 1A in bracket and also figure 1C tu. So choose either one lah. You have to discuss with that group, the other group. But I think they wanted to stick with morphology, but I'm not sure lah.
Okay, so we just choose under this EMT.
Yes. Yes, but the objective of the experiment will be different lah, because you're looking at different thing, right? Faham tak? They both indicate EMT, but one you are assessing the morphology, and the other one you are assessing the protein expression of the markers of interest. Okay. Alright. Okay, if you have further questions, you can ask me lah. But it's okay, I'm the one who's marking your mind map anyway, so don't worry lah too much. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So any questions before I leave the room?
A doctor, about the mind map, right? So we just focus on these 4 criteria, is it? Or we have to add other criteria to it?
That should be enough lah. So what I told the other groups is because I've already given the answers, try to make an effort to come up with a pretty mind map.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.